Hey y'all, happy Monday. Weather's a little bit nicer. Wish it would have been this much cooler yesterday when we were down at the range all day, but it was a beautiful morning when I took Stella out at 6 o'clock this morning. The stars were still shining, and it was a beautiful morning. Hope you all are having a great day. It's a new day it's a great day for a great day. Mine didn't start off great, but I'm not going to let that bother me. I'm going to just keep on moving on. Last night in women's, if you don't come to women's, I'm telling you, you need to come. You need to come. We have a lot of fun. We learn a lot, not only about God, but about each other. And as you can see, I have stuff here. This is what we used last night for part of our meeting, and I'll use it again on Wednesday, so I'm keeping it here. But I encourage you to come to women's meeting. It is good. It's good to fellowship with other women. We can encourage one another and spur one another on, and that's what we're really supposed to be doing. And so if you don't come, please come and join us. We have Wednesday morning at 10:30, and Sunday nights at 6. On Wednesday, if you want to bring kids, we open it. I don't have anybody that stays in the toddler room with them, but we sit out here where we can see into the toddler room, so they're safe. But you're more than welcome to come, and I hope you will join us, because it's a great time. I tell you, and it's not just because I'm part of it, but it is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really enjoying what God's doing, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity to do what He's allowed me to do, because it's only because of God that I am here, and I can promise you that without saying anything else. I can just promise you it's only because of God that I am here. And we talked last night about how we get so burdened up with things and how we hold on to so many things that when God is saying, here, I have this blessing for you, we don't have room for it. We can't take another thing on. We're just all, holding on and juggling and all of these things. And it made me think about holding on, because we need to hold on. But the thing that we need to hold on to is not the things we're holding on to. So I went to Hebrews 10 in verse 23. It says, without wavering, let us hold tightly to the hope we say we have, for God can be trusted to keep His promises. It's hard to hold on that hope when you see your world crashing down around you, whether it's you're having financial difficulties, whether you're having trouble with your children, whether you're having trouble at your job, whether you're having trouble with friends or with marriage, whatever it might be. It's hard to hold on to that hope. And sometimes we're holding too tightly to that problem and not the hope. And there are times that God says, I need you to drop that and walk away from it. Let me handle it. I was praying about some things that were really kind of bothering me. And I'm like, I don't understand, Lord. I don't get it. I can't figure it out. I don't know what to do. I just feel like maybe it would be, best if I don't know. I was just struggling. And He said, would you just let me? That's all I'm asking you to do is just let me. And that hit kind of hard. I was like, okay, you're right. I keep picking it back up. And I keep saying, Lord, take this from me, take this from me, take this from me. And then something happens or somebody says something and I just pick it right back up. And I just need to leave it there and let Him. Without wavering, let us hold tightly to the hope we say we have, for God can be trusted to keep His promises. Verse 24, think of ways to encourage one another to outbursts of love and good deeds. And let us not neglect our meeting together as some people do, but encourage and warn each other, especially now that the day of His coming back again is drawing near. So we need to meet together. Think of ways to encourage one another. We talked about it last night. How can you encourage one another? Sometimes people, you can read it all over their face. I've always told my girls, your voice may not say it, but your face sure does. And I'm guilty of that too. People can read my face. And so we can't control that. We try to, but we can't. So sometimes when we see somebody with that look of despair or that look, it may just be a hug. It may just be, hey, I'm here. do I need to sit with you? Do you just need someone to listen? No judgment, no condemnation, no nothing. And that was one of the things somebody brought up last night. Listen without judgment and condemnation. Sometimes we want to listen because then we can go spread it. And we want to tell everybody else stuff. And that just totally goes against what this is telling us to do. Encourage one another. Not encourage one another to go tell everybody else. Encourage one another. We have a way of tearing other people down whether we realize it or not. And we need to be more mindful of that. Think of ways to encourage one another to outburst of love and good deeds. How can we encourage somebody to love when they're going through the hardest time of their life? How do we encourage them to love? We come alongside them and we sit with them. We help them in whatever way that we can possibly help them. Can we provide everything that they may have need of? No, we can't. But we can help them just by being there, just by being a friend. Some days that's hard because we talked again last night about love your neighbor as yourself. And so many of us do not love ourselves. So it's hard to love our neighbors because we don't love ourselves. Or our neighbor is the one that's throwing gasoline on our fire. We don't want to love that neighbor very much. But if we'll stop, and if we'll listen to what the Lord has to say and hold on to the hope that He has, the hope that He has given us, our hope that is in Him, that He's going to handle the situation. He's never left us. We've made it through 100% of our bad days. 100%. You've made it through every bad day that you've ever had. Every day that you felt like you were suffocating and drowning, you have made it through those days. Because He is faithful when we aren't. He's faithful, He's just, and He is loving. So we need to allow Him that opportunity to handle things instead of holding on to our problem. We need to let the problem go and hold on to that hope that He has given us. That hope that we only find in Him. Today, I hope that that's what you do. I hope that you seek Him with everything that you have. Be still. I always tell my ladies, 5 minutes a day. Take 5 minutes a day to spend with Jesus. 5 minutes. And you'll find that 5 minutes turns into 15, turns into 20, sometimes into 30. But you'll find yourself craving just that 5 minutes. I need that 5 minutes with my Jesus. I need that 5 minutes with a person who loves me more than anybody else. I need to fall in love with Him more and more every day. I need Him to understand that I need Him. That I'm seeking Him, and I'm doing what He has asked me to do, and I just want to be obedient to Him. Some days that's hard. In the midst of our struggles, when we're having to pay exorbitant prices for groceries, the gas prices have leveled some, but it's still having to put gasoline in your vehicle. We need to be thankful we have that vehicle. We need to be thankful that we can buy groceries. We need to be thankful. And I just, with the way that our weather systems are going and with the way that everything is happening right now in our world, we need to hold on to that hope of Him. Because He's all we have. Billy put a sign out, a little campaign sign out. It says, Jesus 2024, He's our only hope. And that's true. We need to understand that. He's our only hope. Pray for the people in Florida. Milton has gotten crazy, and it looks like he is going to be a Cat 5. And I have relatives that live there, and I'm like, come here. And they're like, we can't, it's too late. Scary. And they laugh at me because they're like, you need to move down here. And I'm like, I'm not moving down there. There's hurricanes. No way. And I said, you move up here. And they're like, no, there's tornadoes. And I said, you can escape tornadoes. You can't escape hurricanes. Y'all don't have cellars in Florida because they would be called swimming pools. You can't escape that hurricane. You have to ride it out. You can escape that tornado. Go get in your cellar. We argue back and forth about it. But pray for those that in Florida who have already been hit, are going to get hit again, and then depending on which way it goes, it could go the same path that Helene took. Whew, that's a lot. I mean, some of those, they're still finding people. It's scary that the help isn't getting there the way it should be. Pray for those linemen that are there and are working and are getting there before first responders are even getting there, and they're having to be first responders, and that's not, it's hard to see some of the things that they're seeing. Just be in prayer that the Lord will protect and guide and give strength to those that are in that path. I hope you guys have a great, great afternoon. I hope to see you guys back here tomorrow. I'm trying to get back in a routine, everything's kind of calming down. Everybody's, back to school, and, it takes a month or so to get everything, but it's been almost 2 months, but I feel like we're just now getting back level. But if you have a need, the church phone number is 918-399-5956. Be sure and call. I am here every day. We do have a food pantry. If you know of somebody that is in need of food, please let them know. And I will be willing to, it's not me that does this. It's the church and the people in the church that donate the items. But we have had a lot of things donated to us, and we are more than happy to share them. So if you do know of a family that is in need, please let us know. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.